working with teachers, and which is wonderful, and it's something we continue to look at. What does that mean to work with a Zen teacher? And one thing I said in the workshop, doing mandalas with the 5 families, I said interview with a teacher should always be white. Never say always. That's an always. Always, never say always. Uh, the white being Jijuzanmai, the enlightenment. The enlightenment is actually seeing that all the colors are one. Uh, but Jijuzanmai is the samadhi that happens when we do zazen, and it's always here. It's always here. Self-fulfilled samadhi, no self, no worries, no expectations, um, and of course, wonderful, wonderful to experience that samadhi, and it most often happens when we're doing zazen. Some of you just finished sessing, um, and that's maybe one of the best places to at least cultivate samadhi, Jijuzanmai. Um, and I think that mandala I was talking about was what sessing is, and the center, most important part of sessing is zazen, which is Jijuzanmai, that's samadhi. And I said, when you're in an interview with a teacher, it should just be about Jijuzanmai. Because I wasn't sure. I was putting all the different aspects of sessing in terms of the 5 families, um, red, interacting together in council, uh, green, working together, yellow, working together for the sake of the Zen Center, blue, listening to Dharma talks, listening to, like, talked about the 5 families. Um, but the most important was samadhi. But then I didn't know where to put the interviews with teachers. Where would that go in the circle? I thought, oh, that's in the center. It has to be uh, think of non-thinking. It has to be beyond thinking, just this. And it didn't feel quite right. And of course, that's not how I do Dosan. Actually, so to clarify, that's kind of the old-fashioned Doksan, where like you do a koan, teacher says no. And the whole point of the teaching is to help you cut off the self. So no talk of relationships or ideas or work, or no talk of anything like that. Just this, no self. Just be no self. And then, so that old fashioned just ring the bell. Sometimes my Zumi Roshi would ring the bell before you even sat down because he'd just look at you and go, oh, they're full of it. um, but it's really not true. It's not the way I teach. And actually, the understanding the 5 families too, it's true that samadhi is core to Zen practice. The experience of no self is core. Um, but once we do, as bodhisattvas, we agree to stay in the world, a world which has ideas and emotions and a need for livelihood and all of the various aspects of our life. So working with a teacher is working on cultivating samadhi and letting go of thinking, of non-thinking, go beyond thinking. But it's also working on transforming emotions Teachers are not therapists. Well, some are. Some Zen teachers have degrees in therapy, but it's not our job as a Zen teacher to be a therapist. Um, Actually, it's dangerous because we're not trained. Uh, but we are trained in transforming emotions. It's a different way to work with emotions. Greed becomes compassion and generosity. Anger becomes wisdom of the reality. Uh, the koan said, wisdom is drinking water and knowing if it's warm or cold, to be able to see the differences. Um, and we work and we build a Zen center and we maintain the Zen center. So I just wanted to clarify that many things come up when you're working with a teacher, and I don't want you to be afraid to bring what's happening in your practice up with the teacher, that, oh, this isn't appropriate, and then the teacher will work with it um, from a Zen standpoint. Um, and I'm a big fan of therapy. I think having a therapist should be as necessary as having a dentist, personally, in my opinion. Uh, so I hope you will work with a therapist with the kinds of issues that they're trained with on. And also, I hope you will bring up whatever's coming up for you in your zazen with the teacher you're working with. So that's all I wanted to say. I felt that was a big error on my part, kind of misrepresenting Sweetwater Zen Center Zen, that it was like that old school where you're just getting hit or shouted at, uh, but be your whole self. Okay, so so this is the um, called changing the road. Um, this is the first lay successor that I have. Well, I had a priest. I had a priest. uh, Echo Sensei decided to not be a priest, to be a layperson, but at uh, his transmission ceremony, he became a priest. But this is the first changing of the robe that it's a Rakusu. So I'm not sure how to do it, but the Rakusu that Chowa is wearing is for Dharma holder, brown for Dharma holder, and then the robe becomes gold, um, like the transmission case. So yeah, so from, as we said in the ceremony, from now, Chowa has the title of sensei, and he's fully authorized to teach. Uh, Kiyoshin's here somewhere. She was. There she is over there. And she's a Dharma holder and also has authorization to teach, uh, still under my supervision. Um, so now I don't have to supervise Chowa anymore. Thank God. It's been a job. um, so that's all I have to say. Yeah, it's wonderful to watch the Dharma grow and watch Sweetwater Zen Center grow as I am retiring uh, and doing, taking care of some other things. Don't have the energy to be a Zen teacher anymore. And now that I'm not, I'm just amazed anybody does it. It's a lot of work. So I really appreciate Chowa Sensei taking on the vows. Um, yeah, I'm also sorry. uh, so I guess you just go in front and then we'll ask what to say. At my robe changing, it was at Mountain Center, and maybe Kyosha remembers. Well, Echo may have been there too. Uh, yeah, Rihodo asked Bernie if it was true that the successor should be better than the teacher. Bernie got so mad. He did not like that question, but yeah, hopefully we get stronger, better, and hopefully you won't make any of the mistakes I made.
No guarantees.
You make your own mistakes, I guess. Oh, so you take off that one. So I wrote on here the same thing that's on the document. It says, in the lifeline of the Buddhas and ancestors, enlightenment is directly communicated, given to Chowa at Kosenin, which is the name of this temple, by me, May 25th, 2024. Just do some bows. Why not? We did about a million bows last night. Close to a million.
Now I go. What's up, everyone? Dharma Joy is here from ZCLA, the abbot of ZCLA. Everyone's here in the yurt. Got some new people. Can I ask new people to introduce themselves really quick? Is that okay?
Sure.
If this is your first or second time here, maybe just introduce yourself and say what brought you here.
My name is Alex. Curiosity.
Nice.
Love that.
I'm Nate, and I moved here like the Riverside 8 months ago. I found the Sangha.
My name is Susanna. I was here about maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I moved to San Diego, and I'm relocating to Chula Vista. So I thought I'd come and visit again.
It's a good move. Chula Vista, where the vistas are chula. Thanks for coming, everybody. Also, shout out to Willie Muke Smith, who's a priest at Village Zendo in New York. He gifted me this Rakusu. Dear, dear friend, and he's with me today, and now he'll probably be around my neck for the next 40 years. So thank you, Muke. And of course, thank you, Seisen. There's all kinds of words like congratulations that I've been hearing over the past week. And really, those should all be directed towards my teacher, Seisen. This is as much of, if not more of an accomplishment for her than it is for me. She had to do all the doing. I just had to do all the undoing. But she was able to keep me hooked on this practice while also doing her very best to dissuade me from getting to this point, which is so important, not just for the Dharma, but for boundaries and healthy spiritual life. At any opportunity, she was always quick to say, well, maybe this path isn't for you, and that's great. You should do something else, which is so good, because, getting successors can become a greed thing. Anyway, I really appreciate that. And so, yeah, all the congratulations is for Seisen. I remember being a 12-year-old boy lying in bed, reading Suzuki Roshi's Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, and just thinking to myself, man, what the hell is he talking about? I would give anything to make this my life. So, yeah, that 12-year-old guy has been with me this week for sure. And then I guess the other thing I wanted to say was that I need your help. I need all of your help, all of you online, because I just got this transmission, and if you ask me what it was that was transmitted, I have no fucking idea. And I need your help to help me figure it out. Yeah, because there's no doubt that when we practice together, and when I see you one-on-one, when you come into the interview room, it's very clearly the closest I get to understanding in any kind of small way what it is that's transmitted. And of course, as Seisen said, it's all around us all the time, constantly unfolding. But I'm reminded of that famous quote from the Buddha when he told Ananda that spiritual friendship is the entirety of the spiritual life. So, yeah, I need your help. I need your spiritual friendship to try to understand what was just transmitted to me. And I'll do my best to keep you hooked as well in that endeavor. Because, yeah, not knowing, right? I mean, the very, very famous koan where Jizo says, not knowing is the most intimate. And yeah, that's what this practice is about for me. Because I was thinking throughout this week, as I start my practice, basically, what has this practice done for me? 25 years of sitting, didn't make me rich and famous, didn't make me a bunch of friends, didn't make me popular, didn't make me smarter, didn't make my depression go away, doesn't make my anxiety go away, doesn't make me feel good all the time. What the fuck is it even doing? Pardon me for all the profanity. I'm just speaking freely here. But what I realized it does is it creates an intimacy, the most intimate. So whether it's work or depression or loneliness or confusion or joy or success or achievement, whatever it is, this practice gives me the opportunity to be intimate with it. Not get rid of it, not fix it, but seeing a tree outside, saying hi to a friend, feeling bad about myself, whatever it is, it's an intimate experience. And so like when Sason was just talking about transforming these emotions, for me, and what I hope I get to share with you, it's not a transformation like, oh, my depression has now transformed into bliss and now I am super happy. It's a transformation of my relationship to that sadness or yearning or loneliness or greed, whatever it is. So yeah, I hope that moving forward, this becomes a place of intimacy for everybody. Thank you all so much.